So we start off 2.2, the development of states and empires, with a look at the locations of the empires and states that developed in the classical period. That's going to include a close look at the Persian Empire, particularly the Achaemenid dynasty, but also a brief look at the Han Empire and Roman and the Greek city-states, as well as a little bit of Phoenicia in later videos. Here we see a map of the Persian Empire between 539 and 330 BC. Now, the darker area is the empire under Cyrus. Cyrus the Great, he was the first emperor of Persia. The lighter shaded area is the conquest, secured by Darius. Now, in between Cyrus and Darius, there was actually Cambyses II, Cyrus's son. He actually took Egypt, but it was Darius that secured it, and it's also Darius that, in the next video, you'll learn develops a very well-organized and effective bureaucracy and government structure, organization for the Persian Empire. And you'll notice that it goes from the Indus in the east all the way up to the Aegean Sea in the Mediterranean in the west. That brings us to the Aegean Sea, where the Greek city-states develop. Now, if you notice down on the bottom left, there's a topography that's very significant in terms of the location of Greece and these Greek city-states. The location in this case is very mountainous, which keeps them separated, or in terms of how they develop. Now, because they develop in more of an isolated way, they develop different forms of government, different values, different ideas about the roles of women. And they also develop differently economically. One takes to the land, Sparta; one takes to the sea, Athens, which later will, as you can see over in Lydia in the eastern part of the western part of Anatolia, you'll see that their colonies become a problem under the reign of Xerxes in the Persian Empire. And here we have Rome, the massive empire. In between Rome and the Greek city-states in Persia, we have the Hellenistic Empire, which was created as a result of Alexander the Great's conquest. So Alexander the Great comes through and conquers Greece, and then he conquers Anatolia, Persia, Egypt, and all the way up to India, and where they stop, Alexander dies, his generals take control as governors, which actually form into newer empires, later to be taken by the Roman Empire, which, as you can see, totally encompasses the Mediterranean Sea. And in east, the Far East, in China, we see the development of the Han dynasty during the meat of the classical period. So, our question here, to summarize, is how did the location of the classical states and empires impact their development? In other words, how does where things develop affect how they develop? And how they develop is going to be discussed, or the topic of discussion for the next video. Thanks for listening.